Mom, you tell me that you would rather suffer in someone else's country than in your own. In this America, you have suffered beautifully, at least in these 4 eyes. You left Liberia by yourself when you were 24. You had no parents to send you off, had no pictures in tow. You came with your wonderfully seasoned afro, already speckled with gray. You came with the 24-karat gold necklace that reads Khulud, eternity in Arabic. And on what I've begun to believe was your valediction trip from your home, you came with bits of magic looming in your womb. My brother Noel came in August of 1983, 6 weeks early. This is the first gift you created beneath your heart, heavy, I'm sure, from my father's absence and the worry of how your family was doing in the midst of the Civil War. This same bulletproof heart of yours that allowed my father back to make me. You had no entourage that day in the delivery room in 1985, June. There was a thunderstorm as they unearthed me from your womb before it burst and killed us both. And you said the weather was bad outside, too. Mom, you've warned me in so many Liberian idioms so many times to be careful. You've always wanted to mitigate any suffering. The if you can't hear, you will feel. The take time in life, you got far way to go. The if your house don't sell you, the street won't buy you. In response to these sagacious and loving cautions, I've perfected the long sighs, the carefully cast eye rolls, the mama, don't worry. But I forget. I forget to listen to you, Mom. I know that you left me home that morning, Tuesday, November 6, 1990, to take Noel to the hospital, and that you came back without him. That he had contracted meningitis, and the doctor's irreverent statement that Noel's chances of survival were 50-50 turned out to be a farewell to your son, my brother, our Noel. I remember Whitney Houston singing "I'm Your Baby Tonight" was playing round the clock, that my cousin broke the fancy white antique model car someone gifted me in the midst of this particular storm. But at 5, I didn't know then just how much all the magic had been made less lovely. That one of your gifts, gone. And amidst Noel's death at age 7, our father, the Reverend, came to town with his young white wife and didn't stay for his own son's funeral. And his mother, who denied our paternity despite the identical noses and knocked knees, was still black-hearted as we buried a child who descended from her own. And my father's sister had been spreading news of Noel's death like fresh gossip. And that you had no close family here to shoulder the burden of your burnt magic. But now, though, now I think that after 30 times around the sun, I can piece together the gravity of loss and uncertainty. The world and life have doled me an ample share of brokenness. Heartbreak, inadequacy, and objectification have etched themselves into my being like invisible tattoos. I know of suffering now and believe it's just a perennial part of life. Just maybe I really know and understand now. No, I don't. A 30-year-old woman child, I'm crippled at the preemptive fear of having to leave Minneapolis too long without you. I now compare my life to yours. At 30, you had left your home country, birthed 2 children, worked your first job in the United States, making $2.50 an hour to take care of white children. Been nearly deported, had a white man touch you on the street like you were an exhibit, and you didn't have your mom to bear the burden of the serious. Mom, I've called you on more than one occasion just because I knew you were watching Love and Hip Hop one city or another and would be happily vexed at the disturbance. I still eat off your plate when I say I'm not hungry or I'm a vegetarian, again. Your embrace is always Eden, and all of this and more fill spaces of my heart that no man nor cute puppy could. But the fear, the shadow of my suffering to come creeps in. Mom, I can't condescend to try and imagine what it's like to have lost your son, my brother Noel. My youth fades, I found my love, and in my incessant imaginings about becoming a mother, I fear having a miscarriage or difficulties conceiving. I wonder if you if he and or I might have some dominant traits or misfortunate diagnosis that seal our child's fate for early death, despite our love and care. If I might be more like you than I've bargained for, than I can even bear. I cope with verbs, verse, deeply born laughter and joy in the simple. Those hideous glasses you have that we named ugly, but they were your favorite pair, even they have their own poem. I cover the mirrors at home before I go to sleep because you do. I season my chicken with cardamom and don't tell anyone it's my secret spice because you do. These and many more signature moves are ones I make because you do. I chase your shadow and am awe and trepidation. Mom, I haven't and don't say thank you enough for taking care of me when I didn't know I needed taken care of. For Catholic schooling, for warm socks, for mocking bad baby names with me and listening to anyone from Lil Wayne to Indigo Girls with me and singing along. I can be a hot mess and you love me despite it, and I don't know that I understand it, nor will until or unless I create life, and I tremble at the thought of it all. But you gave me the words long ago, and I tried to listen. Take time in life, you got far way to go. And boldly coming to America by yourself, building a home by yourself, sojourning and surviving with that beautiful smile, you showed me with your loud actions, and I am trying. I don't know yet what I'm built for, but I sure as hell know what I'm built from. If I'm so blessed to unearth some magic from my womb, I'm hopeful that I can best mold my own suffering into something useful for that being. I do know that brilliance and beauty might skip a generation, so the odds are in my favor.